Linda, but Linda is a senior trainer and trainer consultant for IAIM and is an adjunct professor at Cabarrus College for Health Sciences. She was the founding executive director of Infant Massage USA. She is the co-author of Sensational Babies Program, which she's going to talk about today, and is still active, so very active with the board of directors and Infant Massage USA as a whole. Linda has been published in national publications and presented at many state and national conferences. She has worked with parents and babies for over 30 years and trained thousands of parent educators across the United States. Linda is passionate in promoting nurturing communication for the health and the well-being for parents and infants, and she's passionate enough to deal with our technical difficulties. So Linda, I will get off the screen, you unmute yourself, and then you present your heart out, and I will be here in the chat to help everybody out.
I've had lovely experience with putting this presentation together today to include an hour on the phone with Apple. But anyway, I'm sharing with you the passion and love of infant massage and this wonderful package that we put together for you so that collectively we can bring the work of Sensational Baby to our communities. That it's a program that came together with several of us putting our heads together because we were finding that people were, once they were certified or becoming certified and creating so many materials and spending so many hours to create lovely materials. And we thought if we had the materials ready for you, it would save you so much time that you could just use these materials and go and save you a lot of money at the same time. So these materials are available to all CMs within Infant Massage USA, and we're really excited that all of you get these materials. If you haven't got them, we'll direct you on how to find them on the website. And so what I want to help you do today is a bit of what we did in your training, that you were thinking about wanting to get this out there. Where is this going to fit in? And maybe you haven't had time for a while to think about your plan, but I want you to do some of that today. That think for yourself, think about you. What do you want out of this? So there's a phrase that if you don't have a plan, then your plan is to fail. And I don't want anybody to fail because we're in this together. That I want you to ask yourself some questions. Think about how many classes do you want to teach in a month? Do you want them to be one-on-one? Would you prefer to do group classes? And what months do you want to teach? You know, maybe you want to have time off at Christmas, or you've got a summertime vacation, or something's coming up. And then also with that, back to the first one is how many classes in that month? Do you want to teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so you have 2 classes a month? Do you want to do a morning class, an evening class, or maybe a Saturday class? Do you want to do that every month? So just think about this. How busy do you want to be? So planning your vacation in there, and then that date, the time of day that you want to do these. When I was doing my parent-baby class, mine usually started about 9:30. But sometimes I thought maybe 11 o'clock would be better, and then the moms could go to lunch afterwards. Occasionally, not every month, but maybe every other month, I would do a Saturday class because I didn't want to give away my Saturdays every month. And then where do you want to teach? That can be hard. That can be difficult. On the website, we're asking people if they have space that our CMs can use. So initially that was tricky for me, but then I decided I would use the church nursery, which turned out beautifully. So just think where you are, where in the community, and we're going to come back to these topics as we go through this PowerPoint. And so while we were creating Sensational Baby, that, you know, there's materials in your international training guide, and that they're nice, but we wanted them to be professional. We wanted them to speak to parents. And so backing up a bit, where did we come up with the name Sensational Baby? Well, we had put out information in a newsletter, and we said, people, give us names for what you think would be a good name for the parent-baby class. And so we ended up with 5 names, and we put them out for everybody to vote, and Sensational Baby got the top votes. So here again, this was for you guys, and you guys decided this, though this was quite a few years ago. And so, our main goal was to get the information out of the international manual and into a lovely guide to help you have the information that you needed. So we took the information, but we expanded it. So we added topics and ideas, questions that you could ask to help you during each of those 5 sessions. And then we wanted handouts. That the international manual has handouts that are nice, but we thought we really wanted it to look more professional as well. And so we had all these materials professionally designed. It was edited professionally. And so that way you have your CM guide and then the parent materials that coordinate with it that you can just hand out each week after the class. So, and we wanted a branded parent sign-in sheet. We wanted a nice evaluation form. There's a release form for photography, and then a lovely certificate to hand to parents to show that, hey, you were with us for 5 weeks, and that could go in the baby book. So, and there's a badge now that you can use. So, and there's also a way to list your classes on the Infant Massage USA website. We've got a special section for Sensational Baby. So as soon as you've got a date, put it on the calendar. The more people we've got on the calendar, the more traction we're going to get there, and the more parents that are going to find our classes. And then, you need something more than just the class materials. And so I had people sending me beautiful brochures that they had spent hours on. And I thought, my heart broke because I thought that is so many hours for each CM to come up with. Why don't we create these beautiful products that they can simply fill in the information and pass around town wherever you want to. So we created 10 edible digital products that you receive in your email. We decided on 2 marketing styles, whether you wanted to do the ABCs of your sensational baby or feed her senses. And so the ABCs has a poster, a postcard, a rat card, so you can pass out this information wherever you want. Whether you want a poster on a wall somewhere, you want to pass out the poster and then the postcards, that keep in your purse, keep it in your pocket, pass it around. You also have the business card if you like, but to have those postcards, it's a little more graphic and explains a lot more. Maybe you're going to the laundromat or the laundry or somewhere that you can just put a flyer in. Put it on display. I had a suggestion the other day. Well, I used to put a flyer in the parent books at the library. So there's lots of places that you can think about providing or dropping off these materials. So down on the right screen there, you can see 7 different pages. And what those are guidelines and helpful hints, helpful documents for you. So there's a public relations guide and documents that are easy for you to edit and spread around. So here's information about that marketing playbook. Playbook triggers ideas of who to contact. There are strategies for alliances that maybe you want to make up. Places who may want to host your classes, and other strategic contacts. So this is kind of some ideas that we're throwing at you through the marketing playbook. that you can expand on. Because remember, this is your community, and go out and spread the word. People don't know you're there until you spread the word, and we're here to help you do that. So the public relation guide is, I think, a great tool because it's got information that you can simply fill in and send. So announce the availability of sensational baby classes in your community. So what city are you in? Who are people you want to spread information to? Offer yourself to local media as a resource on parenting issues or infant issues. You can host a workshop in the community, invite people to come so that you can introduce them to Sensational Baby from Infant Massage USA. That people may be wondering, is it, what's Sensational Baby about? And part of this was also to get away from the words infant massage, because I don't know if you've had the situation where people are saying, infant massage? Why does the baby need a massage? Is this a day at the spa? Oh, you do adult massages too. So, you get all of these crazy comments from people. But we thought that the wording of Sensational Baby was such a terrific name, or is, because everybody wants a sensational baby. And it opens up the door to not having to explain about infant massage, but how this helps parents have a sensational baby and a sensational relationship. So this is the way, just open it up to the community and let people come. With this, you can invite local media to attend a parent-baby class, and then they can really see what the program's about. You may not want to have the person come to the first class, but maybe the second or third. That way you have time to ask the parents if they were okay. They're okay to have someone attend. And one time I remember that I invited a writer to come, and I could look over occasionally while I was teaching, and I could just see the guy just starting to relax and a little bit go limp. And I looked at him and said, oxytocin's catching, So I got a grin out of the group. But he started him just by observing the benefits of the oxytocin. Something to think about too, if you're informed on your local media, is anybody having a baby? Somebody on the radio, somebody on TV, you could, come and or talk to them, reach out to them and offer a parent baby class with them. If they're excited, then they can spread the word for you. So just start thinking outside the box, that there's so many ways to reach out to parents and babies. My husband's a great advocate that when we're going places, he'll strike up conversations with moms with babies, and next thing I know, Linda, you gotta go talk to this person. So there's parents and babies everywhere. So let's move on here. Because when I was teaching and doing my parent-baby classes, I was trying to reach out a lot, but I didn't have something that I felt comfortable with, that I could slip out to someone in the media. Back when I started, the internet wasn't what it is now, and now it's so much easier to do. But having this ready for you, you don't have to edit it. You put your contact information on it, send it to the media. You may want to add your bio, and some people don't know how to do a bio. I know I'm never sure how much I should say, and so we've got a guide there to help you develop your bio. Pediatricians are a great audience, and to have a letter that you go in and talk to them. Another item that's in this kit is a handout of benefits. So you've got the letter to get you in the door, you've got the benefits letter that you can leave with them and let them know, to contact you, or you can come back another time to explain more. Sometimes it's leaving it with the person at the desk, or if you can get with the nurse practitioner to share with them. I've had the pediatricians near me have a person on their staff start getting trained because parents were asking for it, and I think they felt that they weren't getting all those nervous calls from new parents asking, "What do I do about this? Oh, he's crying. I can't get him to stop. Oh, he's not sleeping." And so, if we can get them in our classes, that the pediatricians know you're an advocate to support them. And so back to the ABCs, they're fabulous. Here on the left, you can see the feed her senses. Your touch is so important to her. And in the previous presentation by Victoria, she was explaining just how vital touch is for the healthy growth and development of our babies. And so the lovely front of the feed her senses, or you can flip it over and gives more details and a nice place for you to give all your contact information. Or if you prefer using the ABCs, then you have that to utilize. So pick the materials that fit you. And I love that you can easily edit them, and you can have them printed. You can print them off your own printer. You can take them to a printer, whatever works for you. You can choose to use regular paper. You can use, cardstock. So here again, it's getting the word out. Where are you going to pass these things out, into who? Here's the first place to go is get your classes listed on Infant Massage USA. That this in a way can be cross-marketing, because a parent may go in and say, "Oh, I'm looking at something in Fairfax, Virginia." And to see these people in here and they say, "Oh, we're going to be visiting my cousin. I wonder if they've got anything in Columbus, Ohio. Or I'm going to be down in Florida. Who's in Florida?" And so by having your information on there, you cross-pollinate. And that's what I think is exciting here, is that each of us out there doing marketing and sharing the word helps each other, that we're not in it alone. And talk about a way to build thriving communities when we're supporting each other. All we're doing is getting out there and letting everybody know you're here. Here again is the Find a Sensational Baby class information. Here's one that was in June, and it gives more points to them. That build your confidence over 5 weeks, bond with your baby, connect with other parents. All these benefits that parents can read for themselves. You direct them to the website, and the website's going to do the talking for you. We also have the Sensational Baby public-facing website for parents and caregivers, additional pages on the portal, take care of question and answer. There's a Facebook page where we can connect you with each other. So we're trying to come up with lots of resources to support you. And we have ears. We've got 2 of them. We want to hear what's working for you. Or have we missed something? Is something working better than the other? We want to know. But if we don't hear from you, we can't correct or create something new that can benefit everybody. And what's wonderful, it's free. You don't have to spend a dime to get this. It's a click away, and I think it can be so helpful for you. Just splattered around town. And so building your connections in your community. Look at your community. Take a minute to pause. Who do you want to connect with? Are there people you've already connected with? Can you give them a little bit more information? Can they help you spread the word? That list that you created in class, or that we started off with at the beginning, who do you start contacting? Create the list starting from the playbook. Childhood educators. There's lots of different classes parents can take. Birthing centers, doulas, midwives, lactation consultants. Lactation consultants kept me busy, so I didn't have to go to some of these others. I talked a little bit with childbirth educators, but my lactation consultants kept me busy. Pediatricians, I did have a couple near the church where I worked, where I gave my classes. Family practice offices, OBs, because when do parents decide what they're going to do once the baby's born, while they're pregnant. So we don't want to wait till the baby comes. We'd like to let them know beforehand. Now I'm hearing more and more parents taking their babies to a chiropractor. So add them to the list. How many parents do you know that have all those baby photos taken? Let that photographer know. Those parents get those babies photographed early. All the better for you. So am I starting to help you get some ideas, get your juices rolling, and thinking about possibilities? Because it's endless. It's endless. Remember, this is your community. Let everybody know about what you're doing. You're doing amazing work that's going to transform your communities. And so just let everybody know about it. But at times you may want to be careful because it may be an hour-long conversation. So have your little elevator speech and see where it goes. So you're out there and you're marketing and you're thinking, I've exhausted, I've worked with that list. Maybe I want to change up and do something different. So looking at your community, who would be interested in giving you 15 minutes to talk? Is it going to the Chamber of Commerce and letting all the people at the Chamber of Commerce know? Are there community improvement groups, enrichment groups, people gathering to see what they can offer to new parents to make a difference? Churches. Wow, what a place to start. That these new parents have a whole new identity and need some support and help, and churches can do that. What about, with the churches, they also have a nursery, so maybe you get a twofer out of that one. So foster and adoption services. Wow, lots happening out there. A lot with COVID has happened. And so networking with them and let them know that you are here because they're going through a birth process themselves and a whole learning process that suddenly here's this baby that they didn't have the 9 months ahead of time to prepare. How can you help those foster and adoption services? Are there service leagues or women's groups that you can connect with? And this is where, just tell everybody, is what one of my students said, because everybody knows somebody. And you never know what jackpot you're going to find as you're talking with people. So talk with people, ask them their ideas. Now, people love to give advice. And so that one nugget of advice might be the real trigger for working more in your communities. I don't know how many print parent magazines they have now, but I used to write for a local or county newsletter up in Virginia. Here's one from Tidewater. So it might not come out in print, but look and see what family magazines, parenting magazines are near you and contact them. See if they'd like to write an article. They probably usually are looking for interesting articles to have written in their paper. So get your class listed on their community calendar. There are lots of different calendars out there that's looking for them. Do a little Google search and see the different community calendars that would be appropriate to list your classes on. There's the parenting magazine. Here's where to use your media alert with your bio so that you send the media alert, but who are you? So a little bio would be nice. Maybe you also send that benefits flyer with it. Invite a writer to attend your class, like I had said before. That's a great way to get some information out there, and even just the word of mouth from the writer helps. Those local radio and TV shows, find out if anybody's pregnant, or we just had Mother's Day. Father's Day is coming up. What about back to school? What does it take to get babies ready to go to school? You're not going to start when they're 5 years old. You got to start at the beginning. Is there a prevention time? We obviously have a prevention tool right here. So it's what's the topic that you can present in a timely manner, because they're looking for timely information to share. Again, offer to be on a talk show. The celebrities offer free class. So a little bit redundant there, but it's always good to come back and keep those juices rolling. I wish we were together because I'd love to hear your ideas right now. I felt isolated from you. So, I guess we got through this, but I do want to have some time for question and answer. That if you've got the Infant Massage USA website, if you haven't been on it, spend some time. There's so much information on there to help you. It's amazing. My email, you can get a hold of me anytime. If I can help you at all, let me know. I'm not training as much. My husband retired and we're now in South Carolina, but I'm on my email and love to hear from you. If you need information about the Sensational Baby material, if you're having difficulty getting it online, contact info at Infant Massage USA. And so, Stephanie, can we do a little Q&A at the end?